Is this you? Because it's definitely me. Why does the average player have such spectacular fails followed by a moment that shocks even yourself when it happens? But it doesn't take long for you to realise that your enemy was either standing still or strafing in the same direction as you, to then come to the conclusion that occasional lasering of your opponents is nothing more than a dose of intermittent luck. And when I read people commenting on my videos saying how good I am, I smile and wonder if it's time that I reminded those people using a compilation of the 3 days it takes me to get a single upload worthy of a story, where 99% of the time was me getting destroyed by my betters or limping around the map running away from them. But instead, let me share with you a lesson I learned, quite possibly the most important lesson that could change the way that you play Apex forever, and if it doesn't, it definitely changed me, and this whole channel's about me. Today's lesson began with us in a ranked game, playing someone I haven't used in a long time, Wraith. Dropping into artillery, I was nearing the end of a very rough session, full of spray and pray, costing my team victory time and time again because I simply couldn't win my 1v1s. So I settled on the longbow to chip away at my foes in the hope that my unfortunate teammates could capitalize on the damage I inflicted. Our game had been relatively quiet, and by the time we reached the riverside of Bunker, 9 squads remained and the longbow was hungry for work.
Hostile over there. Target over there.
I'm getting shot.
Alright guys, listen, the longbow is currently on a diet of water, wood, grass and leaves, but if it didn't eat something soon, then our enemies would safely climb the banks of the river and run right over us.
Danger move. Getting shot at. Reloading. Enemy down.
Both my teammates down, and now I'd have to win a 1v1 to keep our chances alive. Unfortunately for us, I was about to learn just how much better this Loba was than I am.
1 minute. Ring's pretty close. Reloading.
It turned out a lot better. Only thing I had going for me right now was that I'm a sneaky scallywag.
Close to the ring. 30 seconds left. 2 shots. Firing. Reloading. Recharging my shields.
The battle was won, and this was the first real victory I'd had all day. An idea started to form in my head about how we could win this game, and it was to replicate what had just happened here. Chip away at anyone we could see from a distance, finish them off if they insisted on pushing. What could possibly go wrong? Well, I suppose spending too long looting and ending up outside the ring at the start of round 3 with an enemy squad waiting for us right in our faces, that wouldn't exactly help.
You're in their sights.
That's what Wraith's portal is for, to give us the space we badly needed.
Well placed. Let's go this way. They spotted me. I'm taking shots. 45 seconds.
We had to get to the ring, but our enemies wanted to fight us to the death? Then so be it.
Hey, I'm getting shot. Don't shield out. Give me my shield to recharge. Taking a moment to recharge my shield.
Hostile right
At this moment, a few things occurred to me. One was that taking the longbow was a dumb idea. Two, that I didn't think about how long Gibraltar's dome had been down before running out in the open. But three was the most important one, and that was that I simply cannot rely on my aim to get the job done. Sure, if I had a shotgun instead of the longbow, we might have out-aimed the Devo, maybe. But in this next game, it would serve as the beginnings for my new strategy. Be aware that you suck, accept that you suck, and when thy suckiness presents thyself, employ a brand new tactic.
Opening fire. Might think a little more.
Watch yourself. There's another squad attacking. Avoid running.
And there it is. Sure, we could have chased the knock, but I wasn't prepared to die for my risks any longer. Whilst I thought that the kunai would kill that kamikaze wraith, I was very wrong. But I did respect the warrior spirit of my opponent, even if it's one of the most foolish things I've seen this season. And hey, they managed to knock me down. No, wait, that's not much of an achievement anymore now, is it? Before round one closed, I wondered if we could scoop up a little more loot from Salvage before we were forced northwards. But scavengers had already beaten us to this zone.
Hostile spotted. Care package coming in. They spotted me. Reloading. Enemy down. Grenade.
Bloodhound's terrifying ultimate signaled only one thing, so I took to the high ground to prepare, only to realise that one thing wasn't the one thing I expected.
Decoy escape deployed.
The high-risk banner grab and the dramatic escape left me feeling quite silly. However, I was almost happy for my enemy to feel the rush of adrenaline with their potential comeback, but that didn't mean I was about to let them get away with it.
See that? Dropship up there.
My ultimate is ready. Like spaghetti.
Firing.
Okay, wow, well, I'm not chasing that, so you are going to get away with it. However, the fresh meat left behind, that's something I knew we could take as compensation. Operative word being thought, because that wasn't all that was lurking in the shadows of this town.
Right here.
Another failed clip. We'd have to take this slowly.
Reloading. Reloading.
Our eager enemies didn't seem to care about their health, but I cared about mine. As I hunted the Valkyrie, memories of a recent video came back to haunt me, as this was the exact place where something terrible happened.
Wait, I can explain, guys. My monitor stopped working and my pants spontaneously combusted while the molecular structure of my table became unstable. It was all just like it's a bad time, alright? I don't want to talk about it.
I'm taking shots. I downed an enemy. Killed an enemy.
Nice kill. Bad news. I'm down.
I didn't want to risk a revive here in case I scuffed the angle, but we had to save our Mirage.
Punching a tunnel.
One right here. Making contact here.
Portal placed.
Ultimate's up.
Reloading.
This strategy was working. And it was as simple as just not getting greedy, luring hungry enemies towards my team and forcing them to make the mistakes, because once you accept that your mechanical skills can't solve all your problems for you, it's like a huge burden being lifted. I decided to analyze the battlefield, where I discovered a firefight that was unfolding before our very eyes. We weren't going to commit here until the timing was perfection. I wanted to know what was happening from every angle. And my senses benefited from this new heightened awareness. Nobody was going to get the drop on me.
Got a package coming in. Yeah.
Danger, move.
Heightened awareness, yeah? Octane just crept up and drilled Rampart right in the kidneys. We didn't even see it.
See you rescue. Now I'm using anyway. Opening fire.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Send in a decoy. Wait, no, nothing.
Four squads left, and this was far from over. Round 3 and we had our backs to the ring. I think we'd been patient enough at this point. It was time to move in.
I set the portal. Reloading.
Don't get greedy, Ragtag, you pathetic loser!
Major. Throwing arc star. Frag out. Frag out. Grenade. Thermite grenade out. I downed an enemy.
Decoy has been deployed.
I'm pretty sure this means you're on cleaning duty for a month. You got bamboozled.
Going to face.
I'm getting shot. No. I'm down.
Need to recharge my shields.
Reloading. Throwing thermite. Tossing a frag. Tossing a frag.
It was down to me again. My aim had to succeed this time. We may have defeated our enemies, but the ring was now about to close right on top of us. Threw down a heat shield and recovered as much ammo as I could. But then the one thing I forgot about was the fact that enemies may have been watching our battle from afar this entire time, and worse than that, the ring damage was like getting poked by a thermal lance at this point.
Void running.
Back over there.
Made it through the worst of it by using Wraith trickery, but then the karmic law of Battle Royale came to pass, and that is, if you start shooting at someone, it makes a lot of noise. Noise that the only other squad left in this game will hear and run towards. And this gave us a chance.
Portal's ready. Let's explode.
My ultimate's ready.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Go, Bambo.
Recharging my shields.
Rampart down again. It looked like this was down to just us.
We lost one. Now we have to do extra work.
Last member's down. One squad closer to winning.
Only one squad left.
Got our squad mate's banner.
Reloading.
Victory was ours by finally making use of actual tactics, namely position after missing, which is something I'm going to try and bear in mind as much as possible from now on, because what you do after those missed shots will determine the rest of your life in a game of Apex. And I've realised that moving somewhere else forces your enemy to give up their advantage and consider their own positioning in relation to your squad, which kind of blew my mind, because I'm pretty sure this is what that professional fiver coach was trying to teach me before, but I was simply too stupid to understand it at the time. And this coach complimented me on my aim. I think I I rely on it sometimes as the only option to winning a fight, but when you create an escape plan for your gutter-tier moments or just give up a thirsty chase and reposition yourself, you might find yourself winning a lot more games than you ever did before. Let's see if I can continue to learn the lesson in the next video. Catch you then. Later.